Hello everybody, it's Marcia from One Scrap at a Time, and I am back today with a Pebbles Scrapbook Process video for you today. So it's Patriotic Week over at Pebbles. So I pulled out all the red, white, and blue pattern papers I could find from the Oh Summertime collection, Chasing Adventures, and Big Top Dreams, which is a new one. And I decided, since I didn't have much for embellishments, that I would make a bold statement with my cut file. So you see me here with this cut file. I designed this one myself, and I did this for a Scrapbook and Cards Today class. So you can sign up for the SCT 365 class on their website. And each month there is a different designer that has cut files for you and a page map sketch for inspiration and instructions on how to put together the layouts they do. So this was the cut file I designed for that class, and I absolutely love how this cut file turned out. And I originally used it for a birthday layout, but it has so many other uses. I love stars, and they work so well for this patriotic layout as well. So Jen Hadfield has a banner punch board, and I don't have hers. I have the We Are Memory Keepers version. Jen's is pink and this one is blue. But I'm using it here to cut out a bunch of little triangles because I want to make a banner for my layout. So I'm going through and just cutting a bunch of little triangles out of all of those different pattern papers I found. And then what I'm going to do once I have all these triangles is machine stitch them all together. If they're machine stitched together, they're easier for me to play with on my layout. So the banner punch boards are just really awesome. You can create these triangle banners or the other banners with the notch at the bottom and the 2 points. So I'm adding some foam to my photos to give them some dimension as well. So these photos are from our Hawaii vacation. We toured the USS Missouri in Pearl Harbor, and the USS Missouri is known for being the ship the Japanese surrendered on to end World War II. So there's a lot of history on this battleship. It's just awesome to be able to see it. So before we got on the ship to tour it, there's this statue here. I'm sure everyone is so familiar with the photo of the sailor kissing this girl at the end of World War II. And so there's this statue outside the USS Missouri that I just had to get a photograph of as well. It's kind of symbolic that the USS Missouri ended World War II, and this photograph of this sailor kissing a woman is kind of symbolic of the end of World War II as well. So I'm adding my title with some thickers, and you saw me using my ruler there to help guide me. This way I can help decide where I want my thickers to go and move them around. And now I'm kind of playing with that banner. I had two different sizes, one with 5 and one with 6 pennants, and I opted to use the smaller one. I just thought it looked better. The other one was just a little bit too wide. So I'm putting some foam dots behind the banner as well. This will give it some dimension too and pop it up from that background and help it stand apart from the background. I wanted to add a little journaling on here, so I used my computer and printed out some journaling on a piece of white cardstock. And then I can just cut this down into strips and glue this onto my layout. It's difficult to do some handwriting on the layout when it has that bold dark blue background. So I'm just trimming this away, and I'll glue this down underneath the banner. There were very few patriotic embellishments from the collections that I could pull to use on my layout. So, and I was looking through the Chasing Adventures collection, I found this ship in a bottle. And I thought it would work out so well because this is a battleship, and so I thought the ship in the bottle would be just what I needed here to put just a little bit of an embellishment here in the lower corner of my photo. Besides the ship in a bottle, there is a tag that I layered behind it just to have it pop just a little more. But I cut the tag, so I only want the top to appear, and I thought I could use the bottom half of the tag on something else. So I'm going to put a piece of string through the top of this tag before I layer it down on here, and then use foam tape as well for adhering it to my layout to give it some dimension. So this is basically my patriotic layout. Very few embellishments, so there's a lot you can do with just your pattern papers and a few tools. Check out that banner punch board. It is amazing. I love that tool. And this cut file, again, if you want it, the cut file is available from Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine for their SCT layout class. So you can look for it there. It's in the March class if you want to download this one specifically. So the last thing I'm doing here is putting on a star button that I had in my stash, and I'm just threading a little bit of thread through it and tying it before I adhere it to my layout with a glue dot. So there you have it. Thanks so much for stopping by today. If you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye bye now.